Hey, this is Jerry Strauss, host of Hollywood Happy Place. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Do you need some extra motivation in your life? Are you looking to be inspired? If so, then look no further than the Good God Company.
At the Good God Company, their mission is to create and clothe all loving humans with their unique, inspiring, and beautifully designed t-shirts.
All of the products from the Good God Company are equally designed to motivate you and improve your life. From their mugs, workout tanks, to eye-appealing shirts and sweatshirts.
Learn more about their renowned products by visiting thegoodgodcompany.com. That's thegoodgodcompany.com.
The Good God Company is proud to support Public House Media. The Good God Company. I'm feeling good. This is McKenna Collins, host of Table Talk here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll check out my show, Table Talk, where we invite guests to discuss all things lifestyle, pop culture, and how to live your best life. Join us as we talk with today's movers and shakers, including celebrities, athletes, bloggers, and more. A new show comes out every other Tuesday at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Table Talk. And thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
How's it going, everybody?
Hi!
Coffee with Keith.
And Katie on Public House Media.
Brought to you by
The Good God Company.
Check them out, thegoodgodcompany.com. They have a lot of cool things for you to check out with sweatshirts and hats and shirts and whatever you can think of. The Good God Company has it. Go check them out at thegoodgodcompany.com. I am back for this show. Katie was without me.
Yeah.
Last week on Thursday.
It was all on my own.
All on our own. I had to do some stuff downtown and for work, and I was unable to make it. So apologize, but back at it. We have our coffee with us.
Yeah.
Hope you have your coffee with you.
What are we talking about
And take
today,
a sip out of
Keith?
that. What are we talking about today? Well, David, thanks for watching, man.
Thanks for joining, David.
Right on time, David. We might have to have you on for this one. If you're willing.
Well, I don't know if it'll work now.
What do you think is not going to work?
It must have been a fluke last week when you popped up and it said invite Keith. So it should have popped up by now with David.
I'm going to try to click on David here.
But the window should pop up itself. It should say.
But I bet you, David's going to have to comment first. I bet, like, David's watching. No?
No?
I don't know.
No, I think it was probably just a fluke.
Alright. Well, we've never been able to have people just join before, but I think this is probably right up David's alley. We are talking about binge watching TV shows today, and Katie and I, we've really gotten into Silicon Valley. I watched a little bit of it as it was first coming out, and I thought it was great, and then, I didn't have HBO at the time, so I kind of let it fall by the wayside, but I was able to catch up, along with Katie, with all of their seasons leading up to this most recent season, I believe season 5.
I think so.
And now it's over, and we have to wait.
The season's over.
The season's
not
over,
the series.
not the series. But now we have to wait, and I don't like waiting for things.
Nope.
Not at all. I'm very patient with people. Like I'm a patient people person. But when it comes to things and me having them, not patient at all. I am not patient at all.
No.
So we're really forced to just binge watch TV shows now. I will purposefully not watch TV for years if I think that there's a good show on, so I can then watch it later. What was one that we really liked? The Office. We were able to binge The Office, as I'm sure many people love The Office. But we were able to kind of binge that one because we were late to the party for The Office.
We didn't like it until, season 6 or 7.
Oh, I think we liked it before. What? I'm not sure. We didn't catch up with it until seasons 6 or 7.
We were watching reruns on
Yeah.
TBS.
Right.
And we thought, hey, this is actually okay.
Right.
So we were able to buy the first 5 seasons or so and just watch them.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
It was getting exactly. That's how you. It was getting really popular when we were in college. I think we were freshmen in college. It was becoming a big thing, and I saw a couple episodes. I'm like, nah, this is dumb. I'm not a big fan of this. And then we were out of college. I was at Katie's parents' house. It was a slow afternoon, just hanging out, and I watched a couple of them on TBS. I'm like, this is actually hilarious. And then I said, Kay, we have to watch this, and boom.
And I had seen it.
We have every season.
Earlier, and I'm like, this is not. I'm not going to watch this. But then we watched it.
Yeah.
And same with Parks and Rec. We loved The Office. We tried Parks and Rec. Said too much like The Office. Can't watch it. And then we got hooked on that too.
Yeah.
And that's on Netflix. So you just keep binging that one.
Yeah. So. And it was leading up to the show. What was our first? There's a good question for you.
Oh.
What was our first show we watched together? What was our first show?
Our first show was White Collar.
Boom, she got it.
Yeah.
That was appointment watching TV. Like it wasn't. We are not so old that it was before watching things on online, but it was before Hulu became this massive streaming service. Hulu existed, but it was, it wasn't a big thing yet. And Netflix existed, but streaming service for Netflix didn't exist.
I think Hulu was still free,
right,
but only had certain shows and only certain episodes of those shows.
Right. So really, for us, White Collar, it was something that we appointment watched every week on TV. I think that's the last show. Yeah. I probably did that too, except for Silicon Valley, which we were doing up until. So the question is, I mean, we have a lot of shows that we like, but now Silicon Valley, that was the only one that we were watching, every single week, steady. What do we watch now?
Well, guys? We like Brockmire.
Brockmire's good.
We like Brockmire a lot.
Hank Azaria's hilarious.
They're doing something stupid. It's on IFC, which we don't get.
Yeah.
But on their website, it says it should be free like the next week.
Yeah.
And they've only made their first
episode free. Yeah.
There are 3 out?
There are 3 out now. Yeah, we're behind on Brockmire. But you know what? Maybe it's
because IFC is stupid.
But maybe it's for the better, so we can just binge it when the entire season is over.
But it didn't come on. The first season didn't get onto Hulu until like just now. We're gonna have to wait a whole year.
I don't know. We're gonna have to figure it out. Brockmire's good.
It's really good.
It's and I really like Brockmire because I studied sportscasting in college and I was in the play-by-play business for a little bit. So I can appreciate some of the sportscasting, humor and things like that. So that really speaks to me, and I like that. And
I love Hank Azaria's voice.
Hank Azaria, he's great. The voice is hilarious. It's just a great show.
I've always been fascinated by voices and dialects, and of course, we all know he's so versatile. Everything he's done. Yeah. So many characters on The Simpsons. But I just every time I watch, it's like, wow, that voice is coming out of that face.
Yep. If you don't know the show, I'll give you a quick synopsis of it. It's in the second season. Hank Azaria starts out the first season. He is a disgraced former Major League Baseball play-by-play announcer, and he obviously has his demons with alcohol and drugs and a lot of other vices, and so he gets a job doing games for a lowest of the low semi-pro baseball team in a city where nothing happens, and it's Hank Azaria with his life in shambles, and it's hilarious as he tries to build his
in shambles.
Right, and he's trying to build his way back up to the major leagues, and the team is trying to succeed. So, as you can imagine, there's a lot of funny scenarios in it. So check it out.
It makes baseball funny.
Yeah.
Makes baseball funny again.
But what's a good show to watch? What are we missing that we can binge on Netflix or Hulu or HBO? That
it has to be
that
funny.
you suggest it has to be funny.
I can't
for Katie.
do dramas.
No, she thinks she can't do dramas, but it was Saturday night, and it was pretty late, and we were in for the night, but we weren't tired yet. So Katie said, let's watch a movie. And Katie says, "What's Boondock Saints like?"
I've heard people quote it.
Katie asked what that movie was like. I said, "You know what? It's not as bad as you think it would be. You might actually enjoy it." And Katie thought it was really good.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm very hard to go by, though, because a few months ago...
She's terrible to go by.
We watched Air Bud, and we had to stop watching it because I sobbed.
We had to stop.
He yelled at the dog, and we had to stop the movie.
It was when...
It was like
It
full-on
was when the mean
tears.
clown guy, was trying to get Air Bud back, and the boys said, "You're his dog. I don't want you anymore." And and it's a sad moment, but it's a sad moment for kids in elementary school in 1995. Should not be.
I was sad. Everything that kid went
Katie
through.
couldn't handle it. She couldn't handle it.
Finally found this happiness.
I tried really, really hard to be as sympathetic as I could. You guys, I really did. But at the end of it,
could have done better.
I don't think I could have done any better. She was sobbing because of Air Bud. And I'm like, okay, it's okay. And then she just kept crying. I'm like, it's fine.
Gentlemen, the worst thing you can do when your lady friend is crying is this.
I did not do that.
You have done that.
I have done that.
Don't do that distant tapping. So it's
When
really
you're crying
hard
over
to
Air
tell.
Bud, I don't know what else to do. Anyway,
It's really hard to tell what I am really up for watching.
She's usually not up for watching much.
No.
I will suggest 10 movies.
Yep.
And
We
be
won't
like,
watch any of them.
no. What do you want to watch? No, I don't care. Well,
Like, I want to watch League of Their Own again, but there's all I remember are like the dark parts and how difficult it is.
A League of Their Own?
Yes, it's sad.
Meg, thanks for watching.
Hi, Meg.
We're talking about movies and TV shows and how Katie is impossible to please.
Do you remember we were way too little to be watching Jurassic Park, but we were. I don't know how, but we were. And we were so scared we cried through it. Do you remember? I don't remember anything about the movie. I just remember sitting next to you and crying.
We've gotten off on a little bit of a tangent. We need another TV show to watch. Something that we can binge on Netflix, HBO, Hulu, any of those. We have most of the streaming services. Probably
Yes.
spending too much money on that.
Oh, yes.
But we don't... It's cheaper than going out all the time.
Streaming services and coffee. That's what we spend our money on.
Right. Because
Priorities.
we started going out more, restaurants and eating and everything like that. And we're like, holy smokes.
That's expensive.
We just spent like 2 months worth of streaming services on food.
Yes.
For one night. Anyway.
Hi! Meg says.
David, counting on you for this one. What's a good show that we should watch?
I'm guessing David's at work and that's why he's not commenting.
That's probably why.
That's the excuse that he's given in the past.
That's all right, David. We appreciate you watching / listening. But I caught up with Game of Thrones. Katie kind of got into Game of Thrones. We still have a whole year and a half until the last season comes out, so we can catch up with that.
Which has just turned me off. If I had any desire to watch the whole thing, that's turned me off. That they need 2 to 3 years to make their last season. Oh, those poor people. They need to make it extra special.
I think, but it's because I think it's because of filming schedules and things like that for their other actors.
Other shows deal with filming schedules.
I don't know, Katie.
It makes me angry.
Fair enough.
And so I am not going to support a show.
She's upset.
that's stupid like that.
Okay.
We're watching Iron Man tonight. I've been playing the Avengers Legos, and it's really fun. But now I want to see all the Avengers movies in order.
I guess that's what we're watching tonight. Until I suggest it, and Katie's gonna be like, "No, I don't want to watch that."
Yeah.
Tony Stark gets kidnapped at the beginning of the movie, and whatever.
I forgot that part. Now we can watch it.
Yeah. We're talking about how Katie is impossible to please when it comes to watching movies.
Yeah.
Although, Ben, if you're watching, we were discussing it earlier, Katie watched Boondock Saints for the first time.
I did.
She liked it.
He did.
When?
I love the Irish accents, too.
But we'll watch... Katie never wants to watch anything.
No.
But sometimes she'll just get into these moods where one night she said, okay, I'll watch Scarface now.
We watched all the gangster movies in like 3 days.
And you liked pretty much all of them.
I liked almost all. I didn't cry at any of them.
Scarface. You do well with violence.
The Godfathers. I do just fine with violence. I don't care about
nothing too
gory.
Emotional.
But if it's emotional, it's a problem.
Yeah. I don't know. So we're looking for a new show.
Yeah.
If you have any suggestions,
and something that can be found
let us know below.
A streaming service.
Yeah, because we're really looking to binge something,
to binge, and we're never
really,
Mondays and Thursdays are the only times we're home at the same time.
And we're doing this show.
We're doing this show.
Anyways, that's the bulk of our show. We finished watching Silicon Valley. We need something else to watch.
I don't know if we really need something else.
You're the one
who needs something else. Like we've said, I am perfectly content not to watch anything.
Well, a lot of people have music on when they're doing other things. They're on their computer, they're multitasking, they're doing a bunch of stuff. They like to have music on. I like to have something on TV because I can pay attention to a show and I don't have to be looking at the television screen every moment to know what's going on. So, like a lot of people, they have to be totally engrossed with the show that they're watching. And for me, I can have it going on, and I can be running around different rooms and doing other things, and I do just fine with that. So
I don't, because I have to.
That's what I prefer.
I have to read the subtitles. So.
Anyways,
have to be. That is what we're doing. Yeah. We're watching this.
So, let us know your thoughts, shows that you like, shows that you've enjoyed in the past. And, let us know.
Yeah.
So,
tell us.
I think we've gotten to the point of the show where we do NFL or NBA.
Or humiliate Katie.
I don't think this one's going to be too humiliating for her. I think this is more interesting than it is I'm going to stump you.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Number 1.
Have it.
Tony Gonzalez.
Tony Gonzalez is a cartoon character.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Meg says she just rewatched The Office. We've rewatched The Office.
We rewatched it several times.
500.
We rewatched it so many times, Meg.
Yeah, do it like 5 more times and then talk
and then
to
we'll
us.
talk about it.
Now, I don't think The Office is one of those things where, like, will people just, like, rewatch The Office? It's, like, from beginning to end? Because I think it's one of those shows where so many people have seen it so many times where they just turn on Office episodes all the time.
I would watch it from beginning to end, but not the last 2 or 3 seasons. I am too sad when Michael leaves.
When Michael leaves, yeah. It's tough.
I cried.
So one thing about The Office, I wish it would have been a little more like Parks and Rec. Office got a little too sappy for me at sometimes. Parks and Rec never really got too like preachy or sappy or romantic, and that's one of the reasons why I like Parks and Rec so much. Same, I've seen it about 7 times.
Okay.
Tony Gonzalez, NFL or NBA?
Tony Danza and Speedy Gonzalez. Tony Danza played a football player in a movie.
The garbage-kicking, field goal-kicking Philadelphia phenomenon.
So I'm going to say NFL.
NFL is correct.
You see, my reasoning works.
It's great. Flawless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 2, Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham is NFL.
Correct.
Yeah.
Who does he play for?
The Packers.
Correct. New player for the Packers. That's an easy one.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you what these guys all have in common in a second.
Okay.
All right. First of all, I think the other one is pretty unique. So, what do Tony Gonzalez and Jimmy Graham have in common?
They both play for the Packers.
No.
They both play in the NFL.
I think Tony Gonzalez is retired now. I think he is. Yeah, he's definitely retired.
They're not both Heisman Trophy winners.
No.
They both played in the Rose Bowl.
No. I'll tell you.
We'll be here all
You're not
day.
going to get. They both played and did very well at college basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Tony Gonzalez played.
I gave you these names.
I don't know.
Yes, during March Madness, I gave you a bunch of names. And I feel like Tony Gonzalez was one of them.
He might have been. Played for Cal. Was very good. Took them to a Sweet 16. Jimmy Graham played basketball for 4 years at Miami, and then he.
Yes, I gave you
Right.
this one.
And
yes,
then he
I remember
played.
this now.
Then he played only 1 year of college football. His 5th year, he only played 1 year of college football. His 5th year as a grad student or a 5th year senior, and he got drafted in the 3rd round of the NFL, and boom, he's an NFL player. 1 year of college football after 4 years of college basketball. Both in the NFL, both
and it
tight
was
ends
okay because he was 3 years removed from the NFL.
from high school.
I mean, from high school.
Yeah, well, right.
You don't have to have 3 years of college football.
You don't have to have 3 years of any type of football after high school.
Right.
I mean,
You just
NFL
have to
can
be
take
3
whoever you
years
want.
up.
Yeah. Okay. Charlie Ward.
Charlie Ward?
Charlie Ward.
I'm going to say NFL because that's the first two you said. I'm going to go with the pattern.
NBA.
Oh.
Charlie Ward is.
Did he play college football?
Charlie Ward did play college football.
Ooh.
What is very special about Charlie Ward playing college football?
He's won national championships in both basketball and football.
No, but close.
Ooh. He's won bowl games? David!
I'm the wrong guy to ask about binge watching. I don't really watch more than maybe 2 episodes in a row of a show. All right, fair enough, David. But what's a good show that you watch? What's one that you really enjoy that you think Katie and I should watch together? If you can comment, realize that you might be working, in which case, again, thank you for listening.
Charlie Ward won the Heisman and the basketball equivalent.
Charlie Ward did win the Heisman Trophy.
Ooh.
I don't think he won the basketball equivalent for Florida State. He was a national championship winning Heisman Trophy quarterback at Florida State.
Wow!
Did not get drafted
Did not get drafted.
by the NFL. Did not get drafted into the NFL.
Even Tim Tebow got drafted.
He said something like, if I'm not drafted in the first round, I'm not playing football. Apparently. That's what he said. I'm not super familiar with it. It's what he said. Apparently, he did not get drafted in the first round, so the rest of the teams are like, well, then we're not going to.
When was this?
1993.
Okay.
It was a while ago.
Okay.
But binge watch Luke Cage. Oh, that's on Netflix. That's a Marvel thing. I heard a lot of good things about Luke Cage. I haven't seen that yet. Isaac.
Thanks for joining us, Isaac.
Thanks for
We haven't
watching.
seen you in a while.
Yeah, thanks for joining, and nice suggestion. I think we're going to have to watch at least an episode of that now that Isaac
Is he
suggested
related
it.
to Nicolas Cage?
I doubt it.
Is Nick Cage in it?
Luke Cage is a fictitious character.
Tony Danza and Speedy Gonzalez, kid.
So, Charlie Ward.
Fictitious people are real. They're real people too.
Played college football, won a Heisman Trophy, did not get drafted into the NFL, but he was so good at basketball, he got drafted in the first round by the New York Knicks. Played 11 years in the NBA.
That's awesome.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the the point for this NFL or NBA one was not to so much stump Katie, but to highlight guys that were very good at the other sport than that they went pro in.
That's really cool.
So, and Charlie Ward is just is just crazy.
Hi, Christy. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us, David.
I'll look at what. You want to read it?
I'll look at what Hulu and them have and throw you a couple of suggestions. I used to watch Orphan Black, which is drama, sci-fi, and stuff, comedy though. I don't do. I've probably said it on the show before. I don't do sci-fi except for Star Wars, and I don't do fantasy except for Harry Potter.
Christy actually had a few suggestions yesterday, and one I remember is Eureka. A lot of the ones she mentioned were dramas, but she said Eureka might be one that I'd like. It's a bunch of geniuses in this hidden valley, I think. I may have read this wrong.
We gotta check out Eureka, Orphan Black, and Luke Cage.
I feel like we also talked about Orphan Black, and that was not one that I was going to watch.
I don't know. We have to. David suggested it.
David said.
We have to check it out.
Okay.
All right.
We have to do it.
David, by the way, I was listening to the Greg and Dave show, and I noticed the everything's coming up Millhouse reference. Laughed out loud at my desk during work because I love Simpsons references and I love that Millhouse. So, just had to say, big shout out to David. Hey, if you guys want another good show to listen to, the Greg and Dave show on Public House Media.
Yep.
Check it out.
It's a podcast.
It's a podcast.
So you can take it with you.
Yep. It's awesome.
It's really cool.
The Greg
Yep.
and Dave show. The Greg went to college with Katie and myself.
Yep.
And Greg still does the shows from Carroll College, from Carroll University.
Carroll University.
So
moving
that's
up
cool.
in the world.
Yeah. So check out their show. Thank you so much for joining our show on this Monday, gloomy Monday evening.
Monday.
And come have coffee with us again on Thursday night at 7:30, where we're going to have more coffee and going to have more fun.
Yeah.
So,
Always.
this has been Coffee with Keith.
And Katie on Public House Media.
Brought to you by
The Good God Company.
Everybody have a great week. But first we have to...
Oh wait, Christy, we did talk about Orphan Black. I liked it. Great acting. Oh, yes, we were talking... Okay, I remember now. Definitely on the darker side. Some sad parts, so probably not Katie's cup of tea or coffee.
Nice one, Christy. Thanks for the last comment. Everybody have a great week, and we will see you for more Coffee with Keith and Katie
on Thursday.